Okay, hi everybody. Claude Diamond here again. And I wanted to talk about here's the title of Sales Scripts Suck. You really don't need them to succeed. And I wanted to share with you guys, it's something I've been working on, this little project, and I have a wonderful outline. And if I get a chance, I'll show that to you too during this very short broadcast. Basically, there's too many gurus and programs out there. They're giving you sales scripts. And I think sales scripts, I think they're trying to do one size fits all, one perfect answer for all the different personalities and questions and people out there. And I think they just make you nervous. Okay. And the key to really great sales. I'm the author of the Gut Sales Method. Great, untraditional, unorthodox techniques of sales. And one thing I learned from my mentor was amazing. He'd get on the phone and he'd be so relaxed and so confident. I'd see him make more money in one phone call than I'd make in a whole year working for a Fortune 500 company. I was just amazed that somebody could make that much money that easily. He spoke spontaneously, extemporaneously, all those good words. And what he tried to do is be very professional. He would basically um, talk to the prospect and say, "What's your great according to the product or service you're selling?" And you say, "Gee, why do you think you need it? Why are we talking today? What would we like to accomplish today?" And he'd get the prospect turning. And this is the secret of my success. You turn the prospect into the salesperson. You don't need a script for that, okay? And I have this one. And by the way, you can have this outline, and I'll show it to you right now, real quick. And I'm still working on it. I have a lot of things though, but you can have it for free. My gift to you guys. Here we go. You can see it here. It's an introduction, and basically all the reasons why sales scripts suck. The inflexibility, diminished authenticity, they reduce your engagement. There's so many mistakes you can make. The conclusion, and then I added the gut solution to this whole thing. So this whole outline, and like I said, I have a lot more content I'm going to be putting in there, and it's basically how you just have to the only thing you can't memorize sales scripts. There's too many stalls and objections. There's too many different prospects, too many different personalities out there. You're just you're going to drive yourself crazy. Okay, so what you really want to do is have a system, three simple steps, an outline in your head that you can remember. Can you memorize agenda, qualification, close? If you can memorize those three steps, think of a little staircase, like going up first flight, set the agenda. That's where you basically set the rules with the prospect. You tell them up front, listen, no pressure. It's okay to say to fire me. Okay, you can do whatever you want. I am here to help you solve some problems. And that's exactly what we're doing here. Next step is qualification. You need to know, are you speaking to the right person? Do they have the money or do they have the money to pay for you? Okay, I've given so many $1 million presentations to people. And then at the end, after 45, 60 minutes, or driving in my car, or buying them lunch or coffees or me, or driving through traffic, and then they say, Claude, this is great. And if I had the money, and I used to always go to my mentor and I'd say, "Oh, those darn so and so prospects and everything." And he said, "No, there's no bad prospects. There's only shitty salesmen, Claude. And all you had to do was have the guts to ask them up front if they were looking for a solution. Are they budgeted or do they have the money for the solution? Or are they willing to find, can they find, is there financing available? Would they take advantage of that?" And you got to ask these questions up front. It's called guts for a reason. You need to have guts in order to succeed in sales. If you don't, you're wasting your time. And that's the greatest tragedy, isn't it? Sales scripts, though, um, you think, the thing about it is being a good listener and asking questions. Your doctor, your lawyer, any professional you go to, do they need a script? They really don't, do they? They don't need a script. They just need to do a diagnostic or a diagnosis on you. Here's the special benefit of this, too. When you're speaking to the prospect, okay, and you're asking questions, the prospect feels that you truly care. You have an interest. If you just go right away to a pre-planned scripted presentation and you're talking about everything under the sun about your product, service, real estate, whatever you're in, and the beauty, you're just you're not covering what their true needs are. Think about when you go out to buy something. You think about, gee, I wonder how soon I can get it. I wonder if this is the right product or service to fix my problem. Can I afford it? How much is it? Do they have financing? And you have a certain amount of questions or ideas in your head. Well, most salespeople want to throw everything against the wall, give these long presentations, and then they do these silly manipulative tricks like ask for the order, the price goes up on Friday, and all these little silly things. Instead, what you really need is just a good conversation. That's all you have to do with a prospect. Have that really good have that really good conversation with them. And then you can move to the close step. And basically, you summarize under the gut sales method. And this is an actual system, by the way, that I developed just to make sales easier, to have more fun. It gave me the freedom I wanted. If you've heard any of my videos, you know that the gut system gave me freedom. I was the former world's worst salesperson. Okay. And I went to other people's sales seminars and I got scripts and I got a lot of motivation and all the stuff they give. But the bottom line is, have we lost the ability to communicate, to converse with people? Okay, to really make it to what do they all say? Make them know, like, and trust you. All right. Be a charismatic salesperson. In a competitive world, you don't need scripts. But what you do need somebody who, who wants to work with you. And you want to be able to close them in 1 to 2 phone calls very quickly. Okay. This back and forth stuff, it doesn't work. Okay. They'll forget you or your competitor will get them. What you have to do is make it so emotional. I've talked a lot about emotional selling too, if you've watched any of my videos. But the real purpose of this little book or outline that I created was to let you know that why you don't need scripts and what you do need to do. You need to learn to ask a series of questions. You need to learn to get stay in control. You need to get the prospect to turn into the salesperson. As I said earlier, they'll give their own presentation. They'll tell you their wants and needs. They'll qualify themselves. They'll even close themselves if you do it the right way. You just sit back, and your biggest challenge or problem with the gut sales method is to keep them smiling or laughing. You can do this on the phone. You can do this on in person, and you can do it like I do a lot of it on Zoom. I love using Zoom. That's another video for another day. But just remember that you don't need to memorize sales scripts. It's too much work. It's impractical. It's denying you your greatest gift, your personality. Okay. You have experiences, both good and bad. When you talk to somebody and you show empathy, when you show interest, when you stroke and nurture them, you keep asking questions, and there's a technique to asking questions. Okay, you can't just cross-examine somebody. It gets abrasive after a while. You need to know how to ask those questions. You got to make the prospects say to themselves, I like this person. I want to work with this person. They are giving me unbelievable value. This is exactly what I want to do right now. So my name is Claude Diamond. I am the author creator. I've written 9 books on sales. Go to claudediamond.com, or in the description box, I'll have a link there. And just schedule with me for 15 minutes. I'll teach you I'll teach you my system really fast. And I'll give you the outline from the book behind me. Sales scripts suck. Okay. You don't need them. Sales you can remove imagine for a moment, you remove all the anxiety from sales, all the fear. I have a package I actually did last year. It's on my webpage, claudediamond.com. How to avoid sales fear, how to overcome sales fear. I had it. I'm sure some of you have it, where we anticipate that we're going to have to speak to somebody and they're going to reject us, not like us, make us feel uncomfortable. Have we all felt that way in sales at one time? There's a solution. There really is. When with guts, you have a system, you learn how to practice this system. This is what I do with my mentees. We practice, we role play, we overcome the stalls, the objections, the crazy questions, the snippy prospect, all the different things. We even get to fire the prospect, believe it or not. Too much fun in sales, and it'll get you to the bank. So throw away those thick books. They're still selling those things out there, those thick books of sales scripts, and learn to just be comfortable in your own skin. Learn how to ask the questions. Okay, the common sense questions. You don't have to memorize them. You can if you want to write them down in your book, sure, that's okay too. But eventually it'll just be automatic. You'll be able to speak to peeling wallpaper. And the logic is with the gut sales method that the more people you speak to, okay, the more you get them emotionally involved about their need, how your product or service, how you can solve their issues, their problems, their pains, whatever it is, how you can solve all these issues for them, and they'll commit to you right away. You just have to work out the delivery, the financing, the price, and things like that, or any stalls and objections. By the way, under my system, stalls and objections are opportunities to close. Okay. In most other sales techniques, the salesman, excuse me, is trained to be defensive. When someone brings up a reasonable stall or objection, you basically say, I'm glad you brought that up. I had the same problem. Everybody seems to ask that question. Good for you. You've done your homework. You reward them conversationally for bringing up reasonable stalls and objections. And you make the prospect resolve them themselves. Okay. And so many different easy ways to do it, and you just remove the problem and then you go right to the close. This is Claude Diamond. Go to claudediamond.com if you'd like my sales, the program I put together, Sales Scripts Suck. It's an outline of all the different reasons why you don't need sales scripts and why and the solutions for being a great gut salesperson. Because as I always say, nobody deserves success more than you good people. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me once again. I like doing these live things. I hope you enjoy them too. I always I always hate every video you see on YouTube. Oh, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I don't like to do that. You guys know how to do that. But it does I do believe that watching enough sales videos that give you the right tools will help you to make the money you deserve. Nobody deserves success more than you good people. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.